Hello world, this is James Thomas, and this is assignment 0 for my assignment 0 video for Pong. And briefly, our instructions were to create a computer player and show how we went about doing it. I did a couple of extra things too that I'll get to later, but for the meantime, I'll just show you what I did about the computer. And my approach was to try to have the computer mimic what a human would do in an actual like ping pong game. So how I accomplished that was I went down to, first of all, I went down to the player one movement that was already pre-baked in. And as you can see down here, I just indented all of it. That way, if I want to make it a two-player game, I just come in and remove these little indentations. And then I just indent where I, put in the computer or the computer player commands to move the paddle, and vice versa, etc. For now, this is a one-player game as I have it set up, and I designated player 1 as the computer player. I kept player 2 as specifically just because I think it's more intuitive to use the up and down keys on a keyboard when you just jump in and want to play against the computer. So anyhow, I was just thinking about user experience when I decided to do it like that. So with computer movement, I was trying to mimic something that a human might do. And I thought, well, if I'm playing ping pong, my reaction time is not instantaneous. It takes a second, especially I'm not a pro, right? So I was just thinking of like a regular old average ping pong player and their reaction time. And I was thinking when I play, typically I start to react, about when the ball's about maybe a third of the way flying at me, no matter what speed it is. So that's what I use as a baseline for when the paddle's actually going to react to where the ball is going. So it's not going to try and guess where the ball is going ahead of time. It's just going to react simply from the path of the ball. So how I accomplished that was if ball X is less than virtual width divided by 1.75, that gets me about a third of the way. Then I'm going to, depending on where my paddles are, if player 1 dot y is greater than ball dot y plus ball dot height divided by 2. I did divided by 2, so it kind of measures from the ball's midpoint. Then we're going to adjust the paddle speed. So it's negative here because what this means is if the paddle is lower on the screen than the ball, then the paddle is going to move in the direction of the ball upward. Else, if down here, if the opposite happens, then the opposite happens with the paddle. So what we have here is a delayed reaction, and then delayed reaction time, and then the actual reaction right here. Say that 10 times. If neither of those are happening, or if the ball is like coming directly at the paddle, then we're just going to leave the paddle alone. To just kind of like stay there, right? If you're an actual player. So, and then one other, let's just kind of see how this plays out. But I'll also explain. In the meantime, check it out. I added some theme music. So I have theme music for the beginning, and then right when you push enter, something should play, and then also at the very end. I'm not going to play an entire game, but nevertheless, here's what I have in terms of creating an intelligent computer player. So, it definitely feels like a person is playing against me. Especially, with the paddles, like, looks like the paddle's actually purposely moving in the direction that it is. It's not erratic. It's not just simply reacting to the ball like immediately. Oh man, I'm horrible. So the paddle does function here, I believe, kind of like a human would. And, and it beats me. Anyhow, it's really not that difficult. To defeat the computer, but I don't know. So let's try it one more time. This time, let's actually get a good look at this thing. Music and all, and I'll be quick because I got about less than a minute left on my time. So anyhow, there you go. We have an intelligent player, and I'm just going to lose on purpose so I can get out of here. Thanks for watching.